Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's a bit quiet these days. We have a very bad situation in terms of the weather quality here in Chiang Mai, and it is also very hot. We are talking 40 and it feels like 44-45 degrees here too, so hiking is really not something that's an option. And right now, and I'll make a small video about it later, but it's also now prohibited to walk into the forest, into the jungle in the surrounding areas of Chiang Mai, simply because there's too many fires going on and they want to stop it. But I would use the opportunity to share with you a small review of one of the items that I will always bring with me if I'm out on my hiking trips, if it's a day hike, full day hike that is, or if it's on a several day camping, and that's my small hammock here. You've seen it, if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll notice that I'm using this as a kind of a luggage storage hammock if I'm out on my trip. So I have my Hennessy hammock that I'm using for sleeping, but then I have this hammock here strapped up parallel with it, and in that I'll be storing all my gear in it so that it is off the ground, with out of reach for the insects and critters that might be there, but also away from the risk of getting wet. But it serves on a day trip more purposes than just being a hammock. Obviously, hammock is a wonderful thing to use if you're out on a break, and you need a break when you're out there on a full day hike. But it also serves as another purpose. For instance, I could be out there and there is not really much of an option in terms of hanging up between two trees, or I feel like I want to sleep more comfortably. I can also use this as a bed. And as you can see here on the pictures, then it is quite simple. You just make two A-frames, support them on whatever that is solid. That might be a tree, it might be a wall, it might be a rock. But then, because of the tension between the two bamboo sticks that is in the cloth, it will create tension, and you now have a perfectly functional bed, and that is very comfy, I can tell you that. And the way I've done it is I have made these small straps in both sides of the cloth, and they are made so that they are not aligned but a little bit offside from one another, so that when I fold the cloth and I put a bamboo stick in between them, then the cloth is perfectly folded as it should be, but the straps are coming next to one another. That creates a lot of support and it creates a lot of stability. So this is the second way of using it. It is as a bed, but obviously, as you can see, it is also perfect to use as a stretcher. So if you're out there and you are a group and you are carrying this hammock with you and you have somebody get injured, you have a way to get that person out of the forest, out of the area where you are, because you are actually carrying a functional stretcher with you. All you need is a few sticks, bamboo stick, that be it. Now, there's also another option. You can use it as a chair. And that's again just as simple as if you're doing your bed. You just make a simple A-frame, and remember, these A-frames here, I'm saying you can support it on something solid, but in reality you can just make a simple a tripod with A-frame tripod, and you can support it with that as well, and then you can have it freestanding wherever you wanted to have it. And this makes it perfect as a chair. And again, if you have two long sticks, one shorter stick, and you have it freestanding, you have yourself a chair wherever you want it, close to your fire, close to shade, close to whatever you want to. Now, that is three very good ways of using it. Obviously, it's just the imagination that limits it, because it is a big cloth, so you can also use it to shelter yourself against the elements. You can have rain, sun, wind, because this one is waterproof, and it has a decent surface, so you can actually shelter yourself pretty well for the elements. And if you're using it by the same style as you're using for the chair, then you also have yourself a good bag, rucksack, and you can stuff a lot of things in there. Just shove it over your shoulder and you can go on, and you can carry a lot of things. May that be firewood or insulation materials, or have you been out foraging and you want mushrooms with you, or something else, you have yourself a bag. So there's 5 very interesting ways you can use this one, and just to summarize: hammock, bed, stretcher, chair, shelter for the wind, rain and sun, and then you can use it as a bag. So that is 6 good ways to use it. Hope you can use it for something, just as a small inspiration here where everything is so quiet. Until next time, stay curious.